All right. So, such an amazing fellowship. So yeah, Sister Marissa is getting all kinds of downloads from Yahuah and ideas. So here, I'll just read what she wrote here. So I already have a place, or sorry, I already have the space to hold fellowship on Sabbath or midweek Bible studies, etc. Consider relocating to mid-Missouri or anywhere on the Ozark Plateau within driving distance if you would like to build an in-person fellowship. My plan is to extend my massage therapy business into a wellness center, and I am projecting by the end of spring or beginning of summer. I believe deeply in offering services and classes that promote overall wellness and self-care in the mind, body, soul, and spirit. If there are any of you who would be interested in coming alongside me on this journey to glorify Yah through caring for others, then please contact me. For types of practitioners, service providers, the types of practitioners or service providers I have in mind are chiropractor, counselor. How do you pronounce that word? Kinesi, kinesi, Kinesologist? I'm probably butchering that. I'm sorry.
Kinesiologist, maybe?
Yeah, there you
Kine-
go. That's
Mhm.
it. And physical therapist, personal trainer, nutritionist, esthetician, life coach, art therapy instructor, group facilitators of grief share, drum circle or music therapy, sound therapy, singing bowls for positive frequency benefit, not new age nonsense, and Torah observant Bible studies and Shabbat services. And I love the name here. Grafted in wellness, rooted in healing, set apart in purpose. Man, Marissa, you're really good at putting stuff together. Teamwork makes the dream work. Can't do it alone. Let's glorify Yahuwah, do service for his kingdom, or simply gather together in his name. I love it. I think that's a really amazing idea, honestly. And yeah, what's better than, gathering in person, having an in-person fellowship and really like a community as well. And especially that offers, services like that who are Torah observant. Yeah, that's see, you already have me wanting to move to Missouri. So yeah, I know we do have a lot of people here in Missouri, but I know we have lots of others in other states. But I think Missouri's kind of a central location too. Like even if you don't move there, it's still like a good place that's central to visit even. Oh, we got faith-giving recipes. Yeah, we need to make that a recipe tab for you, sister. I know that stew you made or soup, it was looking really good to me, making me hungry. Oh, salt water. Yes, lasagna soup, yes.
All right, I ran in my room for a second because it's quiet in here. But
Okay.
yeah, so that's the dream. I've had this dream for a while. And I thought that that was going to happen in Pennsylvania when we lived there, but um, yeah, it just couldn't. That building was so old; it would have taken a lot of renovation, and I've really seen Yah's hand in our entire journey with relocating from Pennsylvania to Missouri, and then how he um, brought me to this space that I have my business in right now, and I had one unit with my massage practice and expanded to that middle unit, but my plan is to buy the building in the future, and my landlord is, he's open to me doing that, and I would be able to in the spring. And so, right now, just with the 2 units that I have that large multi-use room that I can really mold it into anything like group wise. And so, even if like people listening to this, if even if you're not a service provider or a practitioner or could do anything like on the business end like that, I'm putting this out there for not only that, but also that we could have a location for in-person fellowship if we wanted to build that. And this group has gotten pretty big, so um, I just thought I'd throw it out there.
I think it's an awesome idea, honestly.
Yeah, and obviously, like not everybody could relocate for that, but um, like it would take number one, like Yah has to put that on your heart. He we relocated out here to Missouri because Yah put it on our hearts, and we don't have any family out here or anything. It was just where Yah landed us. We were actually looking in like southwest Missouri, and then he landed us in the middle of the state here. And just we've been here almost 4 years now, and just in the last, I don't know, 6 months or so, um, I've noticed Yah building up a in-person fellowship here, and I've had people over to my house several times, and it just seems like I never knew why did Yah land us exactly here in Missouri, and it's honestly, I believe, because we're in the middle of like where most people are located, and so like it's an hour and a half, for multiple people to get to my place, at anywhere from 2 hours or less, if they live on the Ozark Plateau. We have some people in Arkansas that have come up before. Ellie and Miranda and Jennifer are a couple hours north of me. And so, like, it's great to have, like, in-home fellowship and stuff, but I know how that feels to be on this journey with Yah and to be in the wilderness and to not have that in-person fellowship. And it's a beautiful thing that we have this Telegram fellowship first of all, first and foremost, but also to be able to have in-person fellowship would be really incredible as well. So if like either Yah puts it on your heart to relocate here, or if you would have a reason to business-wise to come join me in the wellness center, or if you have the means to relocate, or whichever, or maybe you're listening to this and you live in Missouri and I didn't know it. Um, but either way, like we could have an awesome in-person fellowship too, and we have the space to do it. So, yeah.
No, that'd be awesome. Yeah, no, you definitely doesn't take much to get me, but yeah, no, I'm definitely considering that for sure.
Oh, Lisa, I didn't know that. I didn't know. Maybe you did tell me. I didn't know you're an esthetician, though.
There you go. Boom. I could come and lead the Bible studies.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, what is a ex exotic
Esthetician.
esthetician?
An
Yeah.
esthetician is a skincare specialist. So they do like facials and peels and whatever, extractions, just all things skincare.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah, and a kinesiologist. I've looked into that myself, but chiropractors can practice kinesiology as well, and that's like muscle testing and supplement recommendations and whatnot. I really like that idea just as like a form of natural health.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And I know that we have some crafty people in here, even like with the wellness center idea. There's a pretty decent sized reception area in the third unit that um, would be the last like part of making this dream a reality. But the reception area is large enough that we could do retail shelves and like people could sell their handmade products and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's a good idea. All Torah observant made.
Yeah. Yep.
I actually did have a similar dream quite a long time ago. My husband works in a nursing home, which is an aged care centre. I have a couple of children that have worked there as well. And I would just love to be able to buy that property and for the aged, feed them well, give them the massage, give them the exercise, give them the sunshine, bring them back to life instead of feeding them all the dead food and the pharmakia to kill them quickly. I would just love to be able to do that. Although, yeah, it's a big task. But anyway, it was just one of my thoughts a very long time ago. They have 40 rooms there. They can have 40 residents. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it resonated with me with what you said.
Yeah, that's really beautiful, Jermaine. I think that like being able to offer those kinds of services and um, like classes or opportunities, if you will, like that is what can really help people. And so if there's like an avenue for each, like mind, body, soul, spirit, then all of that formulates into what wellness is and looks like. And so we can support people in their health and in their um, livelihood as well so that they can move through this life more easily, physically, but also mentally.
No, I like that. Perfect.
Yeah, so I pinned that post in our group, just in case there's anybody who is not logged on today, and so then they can see that too. And just like, I'm just putting it out there, but like let it ruminate in your mind, let it marinate, and pray about it and ask Yah to show you, what is Abba, what is your will for my life? And it's a lot of, like taking up our cross and following him, picking up our tents and following that pillar of cloud and fire, and being able to die to ourselves, to lay down our own will for what his will is for us. Like, what is your plan for my life, Yah? And whatever that is, I want that. Because we may, you may be blessed where you are. I was very blessed where I was in Pennsylvania. I had a successful business there and everything, and I walked away from that to follow Yah and what he had in store for us. And his plans are greater than ours. His ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. And so I just think that we need to bare our souls and allow Yah to use us as that vessel to benefit and further his purpose and work for his kingdom. That is what I want to do in my life, is to do work for his kingdom. And so, yeah, definitely just pray about it.
Yeah, follow that cloud if it's Yahuwah's will. I know I'm definitely praying about it for sure. And also, you know, we were planning on, like me and Callan, we're probably planning on coming and visiting you there, Sister Marissa, in March, and we can have a equinox tracking the slash fellowship.
Jeremy, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I will. So, like, I wanted to kind of throw that out there too. If people want to come celebrate the new year or something on March 21st, that would be awesome. Miranda, put it on your calendar.
Yeah, there you go.
Natalie, put it on your calendar, girl.
That reminds me, Jeremy, you mentioned something about a tracking device. I think you got the idea from Lee Hayes.
Uh, you mean a track the equinox?
Yeah.
Yeah, the what's it called? The little I can't think of the name of it. But yeah, no, Lee made one. Erin Ryan, she has instructions on her channel how to make one as well.
Oh, does
But it's
she?
basically,
Okay,
yeah, it's
because
basically
I wanted to make one, but I thought you were going to buy one or something. Is there?
astrolabe, yeah. You can buy one, yeah. You can buy one. You can make one. Um, Really the most important thing is if you have like a compass and a level to make sure it's always going to be pointed in the same direction and it's always in that same spot.
Yeah, the kind that adjusts to the North Star as well, right?
Yeah, correct. Exactly. Yeah, armillary. That's what it is. Armillary. Thank you.
Yeah, how do you spell that?
Armillary.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And I know Aaron Ryan has instructions how to make one, but I'm sure you can find instructions other places as well, and they're really not too hard to make. She made it out of, those like one of those fabric hoops. She just cut it in half and put some string on each one of those halves and mounted it all up. It works pretty well. Yeah, artillery, hard to dial in. Yeah, there's a specific way you have to dial them in, but they are very accurate when you do get them dialed in. Yeah, pick a location and get some land. Yeah, no, we were so yeah, no, that's what we were talking about last week too, coming together and getting some land. Maybe Missouri is that place, central location. Yeah, no, and honestly, it's all about helping, the poor, the needy, the ones who are in pain, things like that. And, it helps us to help others when we've been through the same thing as well. Or if you have certain skills that most people usually don't, like all of the ones Sister Marissa there mentioned.
Well, the body has many different parts.
Yeah, it sure does. And, that's why we all need each other, truly. And, it's really awesome and amazing to see our family here growing each and every week, too, and growing closer. And I kind of made a post on or not Facebook, YouTube the other day about it. But, I know there are some who are left or gone for one reason or another here. And really, this is for those who are listening on YouTube. But, if you have left for any reason, you know, you guys are always more than welcome back. The door is always open for those who are repentant and they want to return. And, we hold no grudges here. We're all a family. And even if you weren't part of the group and you're interested in joining, let me know in the comments below on YouTube there, or send me an email. My email is it's on my YouTube page there. But yeah, it's important to come together, and we truly all need each other for that specific reason. We're all different parts of the same body. And I mean, look at what we came up with here with the calendar, the importance of the North. It was a lot of Sister Marissa's work, but it took a lot of us also coming together and studying it out as well. And, now that we have it all presented, we can also, dive deeper into certain topics about, the North, the calendar, whatever. And I think it's important to do it together, because then we can get each other's perspectives on it, or someone can come up with something or find something that someone else hadn't thought about. Yeah, yeah, no, exactly, Sister Kim. It truly is. And I never expected our fellowship to grow like this. And it's truly such a blessing. And we've had our ups and downs, of course, but you know what? It brings us together stronger. And if we make it through the fire together, we're just refined together, and then we're closer together, and then we're even stronger. And I know the enemy doesn't like that, and that's why he has attacked our group so much in the past.
If
But
you
you know
guys
what?
think I don't know about you guys, but I have listened to a lot of teachings, trying to learn and discern Yah's will, trying to understand what we're supposed to be doing with our lives, etc. But I will tell you, out of all the teachings and or sermons, etc., that I've listened to or read, etc., we have more or less the largest base of knowledge here in this community of any of the other teachers, etc., that I've seen so far. Meaning, I have yet to see much that when something is posted, other people didn't already know about it to some degree here in this group. And it's like, not boasting, but we have a decent amount of knowledge base here where there isn't a whole lot where we're not surprised by each other, basically, in the sense that, oh, whoa, that's something new we haven't really seen. We've just have seen and learned a lot of things. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. It's because we have come together, and despite any small differences here and there, we still come together, and we can work these things out. And it's truly amazing, truly a blessing.
And it's almost been a year, right, Jeremy?
Yeah,
When?
I think November or December, something like that. It's going to be a full year coming up very soon. And yeah, in this past year, it's become much more than just a fellowship. We've become a family here, and it's truly such a blessing. And I could think before we even had this fellowship, I was always trying to figure out what to do on Sabbath or what to watch or listen to or study. But here, we just bring it up and bam, we're studying into it. We're talking about it, discussing it. I just love it. And I love each and every one of you too.
Yeah, I just love how everybody seems to be from all parts of the realm. Like, Ken and Jermaine and um oh, I know I'm missing others, but I know most of us are from the States here, but I love that everybody seems to be um spread out a little bit. So it's awesome that everybody is able to has the desire to come together and talk about the same things.
Yeah, absolutely. It's because we are scattered in that dispersion right now. And it's amazing having everybody from all across the realm. And I think we have Sister Andrea. She shows up every now and then. She's not here all the time, but she's from Romania, things like that. Uh, there was a sister that we had from Italy, Spain, from all over. It's really awesome. Such like-minded people all across the earth, and here we are eating together.
That's right.
Yeah,
Jennifer's from Italy. Yeah.
yeah, that's right, Jennifer. I know there was other ones. I'm trying to think.
Isn't Claire in the UK? Or do you
Yeah,
say
yeah,
Claire?
yeah. Claire and Libby's in Scotland. Yeah, she finds it hard to understand because she doesn't speak English. Yeah, no, but I remember she was doing I think it was her who was doing the translations into her language of what we were doing. She even translated my article into, uh, I think it was Italian. I was like, wow, that's that's awesome. We're speaking of my article, I do have to. So in my article that is it's in the YouTube description. I've shared it here in the group several times. So the calendar part, I have to fix and correct to get to explain this new understanding better. And I'll probably need help working that from you, Sister Marissa, because you can explain the those moon things a lot better. You understand all that. I'm just bad with the moon. Yeah, yeah. Mm, exactly. Brother Angel, yeah, not worried about you guys. You guys aren't worried, or sorry, weird. We aren't weird to you, and you aren't weird to us. Yeah, and that goes with, John or Yohanan the Immerser, John Baptist. He was called crazy. Everybody thought he was nuts, eating honey and locusts.
They thought Messiah was nuts.
Yeah, yeah, they thought all the prophets were nuts.
Even his family thought he was nuts.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. And I know we we all have experience with that.
Absolutely.
I know my family thinks I'm nuts sometimes. But you know what? It's all for the glory of Yahuwah. It's a particular bunch. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, does anybody have any questions or anything they'd like to add, or any questions about Marissa's calendar presentation there? Yeah, for her, feel free. Oh yes, that's right.
Jermaine asked about the psalm.
Yes, actually, thank you, Sister Jermaine. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, sorry, I was just I didn't want to butt in, but I thought I'd just ask. So I have just eaten breakfast, so my voice might get a bit cracky. But I'm just going to start reading from just the beginning of Psalms, just the first and second Psalm. They're both quite short. But I'm going to read it from the English Lexicon Septuagint, and it does read a bit different from what we're used to. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Blessed is the man who does not go in the counsel of the ungodly, and does not stand in the way of sinners, and does not sit in the seat of evil persons, but rather his will is focused on the law of Yahuah. It says Lord, but I'm saying Yahuah. And in his law he will meditate day and night. He will be like the tree that has been planted along the streams of the rivers, which will give its fruit in its season, and its leaf will not fall off. In all things, however much he does, he will be given prosperity. Not so the ungodly, not so, but rather they are like the chaff that the wind spreads abroad away from the face of the earth. On this account the ungodly will not stand up in the judgment, nor will the sinful stand in the counsel of the righteous. Because Yahuwah knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly will perish. So that's Psalms 1. And what do you reckon about that tree?
The first thing that came to my head was that tree of life,
Mm-hmm.
just talking about in Revelation. It's right there on the bank of the river.
Yeah. And when I looked over in the Hallelujah scriptures, I don't know what it says in the King James because I just kind of caught that this morning as I just quickly looked over. But it doesn't say the tree. It just says a tree. But this one says the tree. Just a thought, anyway.
Yeah, no, the tree is distinctive from tree. So we
A
know
tree.
yeah,
And
the
we
tree
do
of
know
life.
that, yeah, we do know the tree has different fruits, 12 fruits for 12 months. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. One
And
for
this
each
one
month of the
says,
year.
which will give its fruit in its season. So, I mean, you can read into it if you want, but yeah, I was just like, wow, that could be pretty cool. Because those who will be walking in the way of Yahuwah and focused on the law of Yahuwah will be like that tree. Be strong. Won't have any leaves falling off. Have plenty of water. Yeah. Prosperity. Okay. Psalm 2. Why were the nations unruly, and the people meditated on vain things? The kings of the earth are present, and the rulers are gathered together against Yahuwah, and against his anointed one. They say, let us break their bonds, and let us throw their yoke off us. The one dwelling, the one dwelling in the heavens will laugh at them, and Yahuah will mock them. At that time he will speak against them in his wrath, and in his anger he will bring trouble to them. But I was anointed by him in Mount Zion, his holy place, announcing the ordinance of Yahuah. Yahuah said to me, you are my son. Today I have fathered you. Ask from me, and I will give it to you, the nations, as your inheritance, and as your possession, the ends of the earth. You will rule them with a steel rod. Like a vessel of a potter, you will break them. And now, O kings, understand. Be educated, all who judge the earth. Serve Yahuah with fear, and rejoice exceedingly because of him with trembling. Take hold of instruction in case Yahuah becomes angry, and you perish from the righteous way when his anger burns out quickly. Blessed are all who trust in him.
Hallelujah.
That's all praise to the Most High.
Can you say that 12th verse again, Jermaine?
The last one.
Yes.
Take hold of instruction in case Yahuah become angry, and you perish from the righteous way when his anger burns out quickly. Blessed are all who trust in him.
Interesting. My translation reads differently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
you're
did you
reading from
say?
the. Oh, sorry. You're reading from the Septuagint, right, sister?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine says kiss the sun.
Ah, yes. I noticed that yesterday too. Yeah. Kiss the son, lest he become angry or something. And then I said, hey, Drew, this says take hold of instruction in case Yahuah becomes angry.
I like that better.
Yeah. The other way doesn't even make sense in this context at all, in my thinking.
No, because then that creates sun worship.
Mm.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. No, that's why these older versions are very important because they're closer to the original, and we could see that with the Septuagint, the Dead Sea Scrolls, uh, the Pentateuch, even the Ethiopian Bible. Even though the Ethiopian Bible has some books in it I definitely don't agree with, but for the most part, it's some of the oldest translations, and they all match up and say the same things.
I agree.
And then the Masoretic is what they changed, and that's why we see kiss the Son there instead of, follow his commands. So we can see the evidence of lying pens of scribes, yes.
Mm.
What was the difference? Kiss the Son, and what was the other one about commands?
Take hold of instruction.
Sister Jermaine, can you share that with me? Like message it to me, please.
I can take a
Also,
photo.
oh, that's fine. Also, I wanted to comment something that you guys might be really happy to hear about is that I know you guys have looked into different translations. I've looked into a number of different translations also. And as far as the son's true name, I've dug quite a bit into that. But anyways, speaking of different translations, have you guys heard of the Samaritan Pentateuch?
Yeah.
So the Samaritan Pentateuch agrees with the Greek Septuagint, and from what I understand, agrees with the Dead Sea Scrolls. But I have what's called an Israelite Samaritan Pentateuch, which is from the actual Samaritan congregation in Samaria. But anyways, in that translation, the book of Joshua.
Yeah,
This is the only translation I've seen yet that doesn't say Joshua. It says Yehusha, the only one.
yeah,
I'll,
yeah,
I'll take a picture and share it with you.
yeah. No, interesting enough, it it's read that same way in the Sefer too. Even though I do not agree with the Sefer or what Dr. P did with it, it does speak because there's Yahushua, which is Joshua, speaking about Joshua, and then it says Yahusha when it's talking about him in like a higher sense. In other words, referring to Messiah in the future because his name is Yahusha. But again, it's not about pronunciation. It's about the foundation. Yeah, no, I've done a lot of study into the true names. I even have a video on my channel from probably like 5 years ago studying into the name of Yahuah. Let me, I could find that. It's probably buried on my channel. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Sister Jermaine there, those pictures.
Thanks, Jermaine.
Let me let me try and find this video real quick and I'll share it here in the chat. But yeah, it's a study I did on the name with the Paleo Hebrew, which I'm planning on getting back into studying the Paleo Hebrew more. I got pretty deep into studying it, learning the definitions of the letters. This is found, Yahuah, the Yod He Vav He, it means behold the hand, behold the nail. Whose hand was nailed? That was Messiah. So in his name,
Are you using Jeff Benner's studies on that?
yeah, and Erictology as well. And then Yahusha, it's the Yod He Vav Shin Ein, and it means behold the hand that destroys the eye, or all-seeing eye. I thought that was very interesting. I'll have to find those screenshots from the study I did about it. But yeah, my mouth was just wide open and my mind was blown. I was like, wow, this is amazing. When you take it to the original language. And Sister Kim, don't you have the Paleo Hebrew translation of that? Don't you have a Paleo Hebrew translation Bible?
I do. I do. We're translating it or whatever right now. It's work.
No, that's awesome.
We're working on
Taking it.
Leviticus right now.
Yeah, no, that's really awesome, and I'm excited to see what you find there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Sister Jermaine. Benner's translation of the Torah. Yeah, that's the one you have, right?
Who, me?
Do you have the Benner one, or is it a different?
No, I've got the Pentateuch. I've got the
Oh,
in the Paleo Hebrew, and then we've got our chart. But my son has studied it so much that my daughter and I keep checking with him.
It's awesome. And I think it's important to study those out for sure. Making steak bowls. Awesome. You got to share now, Sister Faith. Those sound pretty good. Yeah, I need a recipe for that.
Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna hop off and get dinner ready for my family now too. But thank you for the fellowship this Shabbat.
Yeah, thank you, sister, for joining. And, we appreciate all your input and all your knowledge that you have too. You have a lot to add. So I appreciate you, sister. I pray you have a blessed rest of your evening and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you all.
Shabbat Shalom.
So yeah,
I'm going to have to go too, Jeremy.
okay, yeah,
So
no worries.
I
No
appreciate
worries.
it. Thank you very much for the presentation and Melissa's presentation. It's been a great day.
Yeah, praise Yahuah. And I did just upload part 1, so that's already on YouTube. So
Okie doke.
so yeah,
See you
I
soon.
got it on. Oh, go ahead.
I was
See you
just going to
soon.
say thanks for downloading that, Jeremy. I got to leave too here, so have a blessed day, and thank you so much for all your input.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining, and I pray you guys have a blessed rest of your evening, you two brothers. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Thanks
And
Okay.
again. Shabbat
yeah,
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And Ken's still here. You pretty late there for him in the UK, huh? But yeah, I think we might end it there if nobody else has any other questions or
Hey,
anything they'd like
Jeremy.
to add. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Were you saying that you were going to upload your video that you had done on the names?
I had it's already on my channel.
Oh, it's
It's
on
one
your
I did
channel.
like
Okay.
yeah. It's one I did about like 5 years ago. I was going to try and find it and share it, but my phone's acting up right now. So
Oh, okay. I'll go on your channel and look for it.
yeah, it's what is the name of it? Oh, why all the confusion over a Dalit?
Mm. Yeah.
And it's
Go ahead.
it's because Yehuda, the name Yehuda, you take that Dalit out, and what do you get? Yahuah. So
Uh-huh. There's just a sister in the faith. I did share the video with you for you to look at when you have time, but she was also trying to go into how the name is not correct when anything that has to do with Yahuah or Yeshua or and all these other names is saying, oh gosh, it's so I would love to share the video with her. But yeah, okay.
no, I that was one of the first things I ever studied out was his name in Paleo Hebrew,
Mm-hmm.
and I studied it for over a year just to make sure, and I was like, wow, this is it right here.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll look for it.
Yeah, and I know there's what is it? There's a ministry, and there's a brother. He's a Native American. He's like the leader of one of the Native American tribes. I'm trying to remember the name. I don't remember his name. I've mentioned it before here, and I think it's Fire Starters International or something. And I'll have to go and find it. Oh, that's what his name's Joseph Riverwind,
Oh, okay.
and he does a lot of studies on the name too. But
Is it
his tribe,
Chief?
yeah, Chief Riverwind, yes, exactly. But he pronounces the name similar to Yahuah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. You're breaking up there a little bit, Sister Jackie.
Yep.
Oh, I think I heard you.
Sorry, I have really bad reception and no internet.
Oh, no
I'll be
worries, no
quiet.
worries. No, no, we heard you there. You came in loud and clear there.
Well, if I go in my kitchen and set my phone on the windowsill, I can speak. Otherwise, I can just listen.
Yeah, no worries. It's just good to have you here, sister.
Thank you. It's really good to be here, and I'm loving the discussion and all the scripture, and right up my alley.
Right?
Back
Yeah, no,
everything up with scripture, and we're all good, right?
exactly. And that's what it is. You know, we have a foundation in scriptures, and we can back everything up with scriptures. That's really what's the important part. You know, what does his word say? Well, it says this because we can back it up with this.
Exactly. And in kindness. You guys are very,
Yeah.
welcoming, like Angel said. Just you make everybody feel welcome and kind to everybody, and that's not always the case in a lot of these groups. So it's a refreshing.
Yeah, no, I myself been through many different groups and I've experienced the same. There's just chaos or hatred and things like that. And, we really try to avoid all of that here. We really just try to work together in love. We understand not everybody's going to agree about every single thing. We're all going to have small differences here and there. But as long as we have our foundation in Torah, we agree with 90% of what everybody says here. So, or let me rephrase that. We all agree about 90% of the same things here, and most of it being the Torah as our foundation and His Word. And really, that's what's important.
Agreed.
Yeah. Which Septuagint? Yeah, so the Lexham, like Sister Jermaine said, yeah, Lexham is a good one. The Brentons, it's read or written, rewritten through the lens of a KJV. Yeah, Brent Apocrypha. Honestly, I'd get as many versions as you can, to be honest, and just cross-reference them with each other. And Dead Sea Scrolls Bible as well. There's a lot of things you can cross-reference in the Dead Sea Scrolls Bible, and you'll see it's going to line up with the Septuagint, the Pentateuch, and all these really old translations. They're all match and say the same thing. The only one that really doesn't match is the Masoretic. And it still kind of matches. You can just see where things were omitted and changed. Yeah, I have more versions than pairs of socks. Yeah. No, I have quite a few Bibles myself. I've got everything from the Hallelujah scriptures to the lexicon to the Septuagint. I have the Brenton, but it does have the Apocrypha. I got the Sefer, Besora. I'm trying to remember them all off the top of my head. I got so many translations. I got Yah's scriptures. That's the biggest Bible I have is Yah's scriptures. It's huge. Definitely have more socks that don't match. Yeah, Sister Jermaine. I was gonna make a little write up about that too. But no, I'm excited to learn what you found about that.
Wish I had the mental capacity to go over a lot of the things that we saw yesterday, but like, yeah, that one particular thing that we found in regards to Moses's father-in-law, yeah, and then we were cross-referencing with you there, Jeremy. So that was really exciting. That kind of blows out of the park. How particular people are trying to put the quail account into just one account, just whereas we are seeing it in Exodus 16 being completely different to the Numbers 11 account. The
Yeah,
other people are saying that it is a sin to eat meat, and they're using both of those ones and they're putting them into the one box, trying to twist so much scripture to fit it into the one box to say, see, it's a sin. But yeah, we're really going through a particular discussion that was sent to me, and we've in 4 or 5 hours, we got through 15 minutes of listening to them, and so much is just, yeah, really wrong. It's going to take a long time, but yeah, using the Septuagint, using Benner's translation, which is in ancient Paleo Hebrew, really does blow it out of the park. So yeah, it's good.
yeah,
It's fun. It's hard.
yeah. No, it
It's
is.
mentally consuming. It's hard, but it's really good.
Yeah,
And
no, and
I was just going to say, I just hope that I can have the endurance to get through it, but also to be able to speak it out with clarity, and to put it into a discussion that can then be shared as well. As much as I don't really enjoy people listening to me, but yeah, it'd be really good to just having it expressed.
yeah, exactly. And I think you do a really good job, sister. Everybody here loves listening to you. So, and yeah, just a little bit we discussed and dove into about those accounts. That little bit blows everything out of the water. And, you know, I truly am praying and interceding for all of our brothers and sisters who've fallen by the wayside. And, I'm saying this in love because, our brothers and our sisters are truly missed. And, it's painful seeing them go down this road. And it's just, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything when I say this, but, the discernment goes out the window with everything that they say. And from their source books that they use, all you have to do is dig into them, which I do have that tab, the new tab I made, and each and every day I'm finding more and more information that, or evidence, I should say, that stacks up against what they are saying. And just some of these books they're using, they have the backgrounds of these books, mysticism, Aleister Crowley type doctrines, the whole father, mother, God worship. And it's like, these are the books that they're putting above scriptures to make a doctrine out of. And it's sad and it's terrible. But yeah, no, I'm also planning on doing a write-up about how the two different quail accounts, they are two different quail accounts. And I'm going to do the same thing about, animals and them having spirits, because we don't see that animals, when they pass, they don't go to Sheol. And there's many verses in scriptures that actually speak specifically about that. The animal souls, they don't make it to Sheol. They don't They don't pass, wait in Sheol, and then get resurrected in the new kingdom. That's only for us humans. There will be animals in the new kingdom, yes, of course, but it's not going to be the same ones that we have here. So, yeah, no, I'm going to be doing a write-up about that as well. And, I'm excited to see and listen to your findings there, sister, because, it's a very important topic. It's hard to talk about and discuss.
Jeremy, can I interject something?
Sure.
I know I know what you just said. I'm not arguing, but I've actually asked, if I recall correctly, the Almighty to give me my old pets in this life in eternity. So I'm not saying you're wrong, but I actually believe that it's possible that he could decide to do that for some of us if we asked him to. Why couldn't he just recreate the same animals for us in eternity? Important, just throwing that out there.
No, I get that. I understand that. Trust me, I've had plenty of pets and animals as well. And it's just all these things were meant for us as people, as humans. You know, the animals, things like that, we don't see them going into Sheol. We don't see any of that. Even plants have souls as well because they're living things. So, there's going to be plants and trees there. Is it going to be the same ones? No. So, everything that has life, including plants, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are like us as humans. Like our souls were made special for Yahuah. And because he designed us in his image. And so we are the ones that are important to him. But yeah, no, I don't want to really get too deep into that topic. It's, but, it is something very important and, very troubling and worrisome. But yeah, yeah. So I'm going to be working on a write-up for that or for those. And Sister Jermaine going to do her, are you doing a video, Sister Jermaine?
No, I'll probably just do a voice recording in a discussion,
Okay, yeah, that works too.
just
Yep.
in my other group. I think. I don't know. I just I know it needs to be probably voiced out. I might get a bit shy and then just end up writing it out. Yeah.
Either way you do it, feel free to forward it to me or put it in that new tab.
Yeah,
That we
maybe
made.
if I write it out, then I've actually got a bit of a script note to go by so I don't go off track.
Yeah, there you go.
I wanted to just quickly say with the quail account on the first one in Exodus, it says that the manna tasted like honey, and on the second one, it tasted like oil. The first one in Exodus, it was the first account of manna. They'd never seen it before. They'd never seen it before. This was the very first giving of the manna, and it tasted like honey. The second one in Numbers, they were like, oh, manna again? Tasted like oil. Like, it's definitely two different accounts.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. And the names alone, because Moses' father-in-law, and then the other name given, it's two different names, two different people. And yeah, no, I'll let you get
Yeah,
into that though when you write it out. So
yeah.
That makes me think of God's word, right? That as we first get into it, it's sweet to the taste and we love it. And then sometimes we get complacent or something happens in our heart and it no longer has that same flavor. That's just what came to mind when you brought that up.
Yeah, well, it was a testing. The whole time it was a testing. It said right at the beginning, I'm gonna be giving you a test on this.
Right.
And obviously it was how many times they were to collect and if they were gonna go by the instructions for the manna. It wasn't about the meat there, actually, it was the manna. But anyway.
Can you follow my instructions, right?
Yeah, yeah. Interesting how it's all about food again, huh?
I like to think that sometimes, that we complicate it. It's really a pretty simple process. He
Yes.
says, do this, and we just do it, right? Or
Yeah.
he says, don't do that, and we don't, right? And I think that it becomes complicated because somehow I want to reason with him so that I can have the liberty to sin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sheep say, yes, sir. And the goats go, but. The goats go, but.
I
Yeah.
like that.
No, it's really good stuff. And yeah, it's all about the obedience. And, are we going to complain against him when he says, hey, don't do this? Because really, that's what that account was. It was the complaints and murmuring and wanting to go back to Egypt, things like that. But
Yes.
yeah, no, we'll definitely be digging into that more for sure. And yeah, it is really us people who complicate these things. And I think that's where the term legalism comes into play. Because we see like the Pharisees, they were legalists. Like you have to do this way, and then they added so many things that it became such a like modern Jews today, they hire people like they call them goyim, people who aren't Jews, to come in and flip on and off their light switch on the Sabbath for them. They're pre-breaking their toilet paper into squares the day before. Seriously, they do. And, most don't even, start the engine in the car because they say it's striking up a fire. And, you know, it goes beyond like burdensome, honestly. And, if only they knew striking up a fire and how much work it was back in the day, because they didn't have matches, they didn't have lighters. They literally had to rub two sticks together until they started, kindling. So that takes a lot of work. And especially if you don't know what you're doing, it could take hours to even start a fire. So yeah, no, just things like that, are we creating things to be burdensome or trying to compromise with Yahuah and say, but, this, but that? Well, but nothing because it's written right there what we shouldn't do. And it's that easy, truly. And that goes to like and yeah, Shabbat Shalom to those who are leaving right now as well. I saw Kim had to run, Jennifer had to run. Shabbat Shalom to you too, sisters. But yeah, no, we see, if we try to do compromises and things like that, it's going to be a rough road for us. If we're trying to twist scriptures like a pretzel or omit things or say, well, that's not what it really says, you know, that's going to be causing problems for us because then we're adding or taking away from his word or doing both even. Yeah, Shabbat Shalom. And we got Faith over here and Sister Natalie sharing their recipes. Man, you guys are making me hungry. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah, no
definitely have
kidding.
right? Yeah, no, we all need to meet up in Missouri and you guys can cook all your meals. and I'll eat all of them.
That's right.
Yeah, no, we're gonna definitely have to make a recipe tab there for sure. Yeah, great idea. No, for sure. But yeah, I think we might end it there if nobody else has anything they'd like to add or speak about. And yeah, that does look really good, Sister Natalie. You guys make me want to jump through the phone into these pictures and take a bite. Funny, we go from spiders to food. But yeah, no, yeah, much to everybody. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. You know, like I said before, this is much more than a fellowship, especially to me. We're like family here, and we all have each other's backs. If any of you need anything, if you have questions, concerns, you just want to talk, feel free to reach out, and we're all here for each other, and we're all here to help uplift each other and help each other through trials as well. Okay, yeah, I'll actually make that recipe tab right after this. But yeah, no, much love to everybody. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for being here and contributing and just, being so amazing. So much knowledge and wisdom here in our fellowship just from coming together, and I love it. And oh, now my phone's about to die. So yeah, no, I appreciate each and every one of you. I pray you all have a blessed of your evenings or day, wherever you are. And Shabbat Shalom. And we will meet Wednesday, actually, Wednesday afternoon. Well, afternoon for most of us. But we'll be meeting for our midweek, midwalk. Man, I can't speak. Midweek midrash. And I put up a vote for what book we should start reading through first, and looks like Enoch won the vote. So we'll start reading through Enoch, and then we could talk about whatever as well. So yeah, no, Shabbat Shalom to everybody. Much love to you all, and we will see you all very soon.
Thank you, Jeremy. Shabbat Shalom.
Thanks, Jeremy. Everybody else.